4,000 manuscripts. Brother Swaggart, you know no two are identical. Your scholars say out of the 24,000 that you are boasting about, no two are identical. Then how do you come to know that this is the word of God and this is not, out of the 24,000? On the very face of it, when you open the book, the Injil and the Taurat you're talking about, it says Matthew begins, in your version, the King James Version, it says, the Gospel according to St. Matthew, the Gospel according to St. Mark, the Gospel according to St. Luke, the Gospel according to St. John. I am asking, what is this according? What is this according to? Why according to? I have got Brother Swaggart's book. It says, homosexuality, its cause and its cure by Jimmy Swaggart, or just Jimmy Swaggart. It doesn't say according to Jimmy Swaggart. Why this in the book of God? According to. You know why? Because Matthew didn't sign his name, Luke didn't sign his name, Mark didn't sign his name, John didn't sign his name. These are assumed anonymous books. Anonymous books attributed to God. I said, this is not the Injil. You see, even in your Arabic translations of these books, Arabic translations, it says Injile Matthew, means the Gospel of Matthew. Injil is used. Injile Marcus, Injile Lucas, Injile Johanna. The one we believe in is Injile Isa, the Gospel of Jesus, what he preached. That is what we believe in as from God. And the scripture. When you look at these books, Matthew, Mark, it says these are the Injil or the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. We believe in the Gospel of Jesus, the one that he preached. And we are told by Matthew that he went to a certain place and he preached the Gospel. Mark says he went to a certain other place and he preached the Gospel. Luke says he went to a certain place and he preached the Gospel. John says he went to another place and he preached the Gospel. I said, did he have a book under his arm? Did he have a book under his arm? No. Whatever he preached was from God. That is what we believe in. If you can produce a document called Injil Isa, the Gospel of Jesus, we would be very happy to give it a recognition, to find out and verify whether it is from God and accept it as such. But what you have is Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and J.B. Phillips, a prebendary of the Chichester Cathedral in England, a page 7 of the Anglican Church. When writing about Matthew, in his preface he says, early tradition ascribed this gospel to the Apostle Matthew. Early tradition. That's what people said. But scholars nowadays almost all reject this view. Which scholars? Jewish scholars? Hindu scholars? Muslim scholars? No. Christian scholars of the highest eminence, backed by 50 cooperating denominations, they say that Matthew didn't write Matthew. They say, it says the author whom we may still conveniently call Matthew. Conveniently. Why conveniently? Because instead of me telling you the first book of the New Testament, chapter 9 verse 9, the first book of the New Testament, chapter 5 verse 17, I'm wasting your time and minds too. So it says, no, I say Matthew 9 9, Matthew 5 17, conveniently I'm using the term Matthew. He said the author whom we may still conveniently call Matthew has plainly drawn on the mysterious Q, again in inverted commas. That stands for the German word Quella, sources, which might have been a collection of oral traditions. He has used Mark's gospel freely. In the language of the school teacher, he was copying wholesale from Mark. Matthew, an eyewitness and a ear witness to the happenings with Jesus, one of his disciples, his apostles. He goes and copies a 10-year-old boy who wasn't there. Does it make sense to you? A man who is an eyewitness and a ear witness, a companion of Jesus, he goes and copies a 10-year-old boy who wasn't there. Does it make sense to you? And you say this is the word of God. The genealogy between Matthew and Luke, we are given 66 fathers and grandfathers to Jesus.